Welcome back, my friends. You know what time it is. There is more Bucket Woman. Oh, yes. So, this one already, I'm interested, but let's just see what happens. Here we go. Again, from Reddit user Hokey Pokey Guest List. I still like your name. This is Bucket Woman versus the Snakes and Robo Sprinkler. Again. Apparently we've gone up against the Robo Sprinkler more than once. So here we go. Still here, still pregnant, still pretty. I feel like that should be on a t-shirt. Our new fence goes up next week, so hopefully this is our last hurrah with her visits. Setting the scene, we can turn off the Robo Sprinklers to work in the front garden. But this involves accessing the garden tap from the backyard. And the height of the side fence means whoever does this is hidden from next door's view. After the devastation of the rosemary, Martin cut it back one lunchtime when he was working from home, in a business suit, tie, and gumboots, I might add. That's a look! So he came outside, pruned the plant, discreetly dropped some rubber snakes around the garden, did some cheerful whistling, and left, all without setting off the sprinklers. Bucket Woman watched this from next door. Next, we hired a rubbish skip and cleared up the hard waste pile. We roped in family and friends and offered to feed them and let them toss their own junk into our skip in exchange for their labor. Dad had a sausage sizzle going, and I was in charge of soup and hot drinks. Not in the same mug, that would be unpleasant. I like your way with words. That's really good. The Sprinkler boys had a rubber snake fight in the front yard. By the end of the day, we could park a car in our garage, and most of the hard waste pile was in the skip, which was still in the driveway. Only the original fence post remained, because the holes under the fence were still there, so Martin and Aid, my brother-in-law, sighed dramatically and put them back. Because we had people everywhere, we turned off the Robo Sprinklers. Bucket Woman spent most of the day in her front yard watching. Occasionally someone would smile and wave, and she would disappear inside for a few minutes, and then come back out like she was on an invisible string. At the end of the day, we closed the gates, turned on the Robo Sprinklers. Then we listened to the human bin chickens going through the skip and stumbling across the Robo Sprinkler sensors. Smug satisfaction doesn't begin to describe the feeling. Then Bucket Woman complained to the council that our garden was full of rubbish, and the grass was overgrown, and that there were snakes in our garden. She'd been whinging about rubbish and grass ever since I moved in, so the snakes gave her something new to complain about. Council inspected the garden. Back garden's neatly maintained. Martin even mows patterns into the grass. Ooh, fancy. The fence posts are neatly laid along the fence. In the front yard, some unnaturally colored, clearly fake rubber snakes are basking. The council officer asked if we had trouble with real snakes. Martin said no, but we'd call the snake catcher if we did. Australian reptiles are protected, and you can only remove snakes if you are licensed. I didn't know that. That was about it. Council officer left. No infringement notice issued. Bucket Woman watched Martin and the council officer standing in the front yard, and not a drop of water on them. This must have emboldened her, and you can probably guess what happened that evening as we were getting ready for bed. Did you remember to turn on the Robo Sprinklers? Outside, the sound of Robo Sprinkler 1 firing on the enemy, with much yelling and even a touch of unladylike language. Why, yes. Yes, I did. That is fucking amazing. I love that. Holy shit. You know what? We're gonna keep going, because this is a little short. Let's go to the next part. I have another part here. This is called Bucket Woman versus Our Taste and Furnishings? What the fuck? Oh, she hates your furniture now. Well, this is new. Here we go. Okay. So this is still unfolding. My head is so full of what the fuck, and I am trying to organize my thoughts somehow. Please, go ahead. Today is a public holiday. A national day of mourning for the late, Her Maj. First thing this morning, Martin found an A4 envelope in the letterbox. It was kind of addressed to me, so Martin asked if I wanted to open it, and I wanted him to open it, or if we should chuck the whole thing in the office and then open it on Monday. I shouldn't have opened it. The Bucket Woman has written a long, very detailed letter about how badly furnished our house is, and what kind of patterns and fabrics I should have used that are keeping with, quote, our heritage. What the fuck does that mean? My curtains, she hates them. The lounge suite, she hates it. The pots of herbs I grow in the kitchen, makes us look like peasants. The kitchen table and chairs, cheap. The bench tops, the carpets, the kitchen tiles, the dining suite, the outdoor furniture, the list goes on. Even my cat's ceramic bowls. And my bedspread. It is deeply fucking creepy that she knows A, all of this, and B, has decided to let you know she knows this and how much she dislikes it. That is fucking weird, dude. But it's not all bad. She's gone through a lot of trouble to find examples of where I can find the kinds of furnishing, carpets, etc. that she thinks I should have. As I said, it's very long, very detailed, and also very well researched and completely barking. We're starting to see the funny side. The lounge suite was Martin's, so of course his bad taste. The herbs are mine, so of course I'm the peasant. The carpets, tiles, curtains were chosen by a professional, so we're thinking maybe a light tarring and feathering, or maybe just egging their windows. So now I'm pretty sure the reason she's been looking in our windows was to produce this document? Is manifesto too strong of a word? I mean, not really. Which is a huge relief in some ways, but it's also seriously what the fuck. Well, fine, Bucket Woman. New front fence goes up next week. You can criticize that as well. Or what the fuck is this thing about quote-unquote our heritage? We're not in a heritage-listed area. Our area was subdivided in the 1950s. My house is a 70s build. Vintage, yeah. Antique of the future, maybe. Heritage, definitely not. When I say kind of addressed to me, it was addressed to Mrs. Martin's surname, which is kind of me if Martin and I were married, and I took his surname, and this was still the 1950s. Okay. You know, I can't use the phrase that I felt bad that she was getting targeted by the Robo sprinklers. I'm not. It's really funny. But now knowing that she's been weirdly staring in your windows, making little notes about, like, I don't like that sofa, and I don't think the carpets are good. Now the Robo sprinklers, everywhere. Just put them everywhere. Just do all of it, just all the time. Also, OP, Hokey Pokey guest list, if you do listen to this, I'm just going to give you and Martin this little caveat. I'm not saying what you should do, okay? Just keep that in mind. I would never tell you what you should do with your house. I will say that they do make security cameras remotely controlled from your phone that do have airsoft gun attachments. What you choose to do with that information is entirely up to you. But, I'm just saying, they exist. Also, if you happen to want to get cameras like your friend Moonhorse here has, not only can they record sound, record at night, can be plugged in and are wireless, they also have the ability to scream. Oh yes, they have alarms, and they're quite loud. I have more than one. And it's enough to startle somebody. They also, like, rotate, so they'll follow, which is extra fun. So, yeah, that's just some unsolicited advice. You don't have to listen to me, okay? That's totally, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Just putting it out there. Anyway, if you, yes, you, yeah, you, stop looking around, I'm talking to you. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Mainly because Google, and YouTube hate that. So, fuck them. Do it. And if you would like to support this channel, and I really hope you do, mainly because I just called you out like that, you should check out my Ko-Fi and my merch store. I have a lot of weird shit in my merch store. Like, just in general. I don't know if I've ever said that. A lot of times I talk about the weird items, but also there is just, like, did you ever want to get, like, a super ripped Moonhorse tank top? I did. Sometimes I wear it when I'm working out. It's about the weirdest fucking thing I own. You should go check it out, though. I don't know why I do this. It's just a thing, and then it keeps happening. that all being said, if you would like to be here to see one of these videos being recorded live, that's also an option. On Monday nights, I do that on live stream, on my Twitch. You should check out my Twitch. It's much like this channel. It's full of weird shit. And if you have a story that you'd like to send me, much like this wonderful petty revenge story, which I am loving every second of, you can send it to my subreddit, r/Moonhorse Stories. That is my subreddit, and I will definitely see it. And we'll check it out every Monday when I do those recordings that I mentioned, which you can watch on live stream. This plugging is now just becoming circular, and it'll never stop. So I'm going to cut it off before I'm here for like an hour saying the same shit over and over. So thank you for being here. I love you very much, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye, everybody.